Hello friends and welcome to Wheel of Code YouTube channel, and in this video I would like to talk to you about this website I have found lately, LeetCode.com. This is website for us developers, software engineers, or people who want to just learn or improve their programming skills. And I will talk to you about this website a bit more, but first I would like to lay out some introduction. For a couple of years now, it has been trending to use AI in your, software engineering job. I have used it in my previous job. Right now, I use it in my new job. I use now Cursor. You can see it in my previous videos. So one of the reasons is the idea looks pretty cool. But I also use the AI feature, and I have noticed few things. Few things about me and about people I know. So, although it's true that this is very useful to use AI, it can help you, for example, speed up your job. I used it at the beginning, like for writing unit tests when I was developing backend. I use it to research stuff, to learn stuff. It's very useful. Right now, because I use Cursor, sometimes just let Cursor to generate in Angular components, and I will just go through it and fix all the things he did wrong. And so my job is not strictly coding now. I don't just code everything. I don't call myself vibe coder, not at all. I code, but I just want to use AI for my benefit to speed up my job, to be faster, to do more. That's the main reason behind it. But I have noticed few things I would like to talk to you about. First, back in the days where I didn't have such smart ideas like we have now, like VS Code, or even much better from JetBrains, which I don't use now, but I used in the past. Of course, it does all kinds of work for you. Like it have suggestions. You just start writing code and it suggests like name of the methods or different functions and so on. So definitely it's very good. It helps you. But I have to tell you, I miss the days where I just remembered. I started as a PHP developer. I wanted to do guest book and some things on my website about computer games. And I, at that time, have really read book about it. And I have wrote it manually in some kind of very simple editor. And there was no linter or prettier or anything like that. I didn't know when I was writing mistake. I knew it when I executed the code. And of course, it was more difficult. But that's the point. I have really learned all the API of the language. Like I was able to write code on the paper very quickly. I was very good at it, and a lot of my problem solving algorithm comes from that age, where I just learn simply writing in my simple editor, And when I started using for I don't know many years now, I use very intelligent IDs. Yeah, I write code. It looks better. It prevents me to write mistakes. It helps me to notice wrong things. It formats my code so it looks the same. It's readable and so on. But at the same time, it's like it doesn't allow you to walk on your own legs, if I may say so. What I mean is that it really doesn't. I don't remember as much as I used to. I don't remember. I rely on ID suggestions, and when I started using AI, I have noticed I'm becoming more lazy. I'm not trying to solve something. I just want the answer right now, So I noticed that about myself, but I have Like it's good that I started very simply, so I know how to program, how to code, and so on. But what about the people who are learning now? And I've seen people who just rely too much on the AI. They become dependent on AI, let me say it this way. And they code for some times and they do all the mistakes over and over and over again. I have really also read this article that junior programmers now cannot code really because they are vibe coders. They don't learn. You don't learn when you just rely on the answers from ChatGPT. You don't learn as much when you just rely that cursor or something else will generate code for you. It's really so easy for you, and you will not learn as much. Trust me. You will actually, if uh, try to do this, just open Notepad or take your pencil and paper and write some code, you know? Are you able to write some code? Do you know how to properly access, for example, JavaScript functions? Do you know how to properly use arrays? What kind of functions from arrays you will use to solve different problems? Do you know what's the name of the thing without ID giving you suggestions? That's my thing. And that's why I discovered this website, and I started solving puzzles. And it became quite interesting for me now. I'll be honest, I saw also some YouTube videos warning that this is not everything, but it is very good, especially if you are using AI. I would recommend you to register on this website. I think I'm not premium, I didn't pay anything, but I just solve these different puzzles in my preferred language, which is JavaScript. And I'm trying to improve my ability to write code on my own without ID suggestions and without relying on an AI. And of course, you find out that sometimes it takes you quite long time to solve something that is not very difficult. And sometimes you will find very unusual, algorithms by yourself. That was my experience when I was trying to solve this zigzag conversion problem. Actually, it's the solution. The typical solution is quite simple, but I found a solution that is relying on calculating, like solving how to jump in the input string to create this conversion from zigzag pattern. Like this string is written in a way that you should read it this way. This is row, BA, epsilon, then it goes up, BA, and they want you to just create like BHHN, APLSEIG, like that. My solution was very different than the most obvious solutions, which is basically to have a simple loop where you go down and then you reverse loop, you go up and you just create different rows. I have created simple, like it's more mathematical solution, and it just tries to calculate where we should jump. And I don't use arrays because you learn that they are more responsible for memory and so on. I just calculate where to jump if we want to get the first row, the second row, the third row, and I create my final solution and it works. And you can solve different problems here like that. I was thinking that I will do videos of solving different problems in this website.